Jada Pinkett Smith, School and Cadre. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. You listen carefully to 6 parts providing you with a raft of detail about Jada Pinkett Smith and to allow you to understand what her various behaviours meant in terms of relevant indicators. In the final part, you are provided with the confirmation that she is indeed a narcissist, and the reasons why that is, that she crossed the strict evidential threshold that one applies to make such a determination. This then, of course, leads to the next consideration, which is, what cadre does she belong to? Is she a victim narcissist? Is she somatic, cerebral, or a blend of both somatic and cerebral, making her an elite? We also need to consider what school she might be, utilizing my excellent categorization of the various types of narcissist. I do away with terms, as you know, such as vulnerable, covert, and grandiose, because they're too wide and don't give you the particularization that you need to enhance your own understanding about narcissism and, perhaps more importantly, where you've been ensnared with a narcissist yourself, to have the direct information about which particular type of narcissist you're involved with so that you can understand more about why the narcissist behaves in the way that they do. You can understand more about what they might next do to give yourself assurance and to be able to plan your own no-contact regime appropriately. I devised this classification to give people greater understanding and insight with regard to my kind. Existing explanations were too wide, often using esoteric language, where people were left thinking, but what does that actually mean in terms of day-to-day behaviour with this person? Casting that aside, I created the classifications using different strands of behaviour which straddle all of the schools, some of the schools, and only appertain to particular sub-schools. There are, of course, similarities across the schools, but also differences, and it is important to encapsulate those. The structure, as set out in my video The Ultra Framework, essentially encompasses lesser, mid-range, greater, and ultra, and amongst lesser, mid-range, and greater, there are requisite sub-schools. This enabled you to understand more about intelligence levels, types of manipulation, whether there is cognitive empathy, or whether there is completely no empathy, be it emotional or cognitive, evident. It enables you to understand whether facade management exists, whether physical violence, for instance, is prevalent or not, whether pity plays will be used. It enables you to understand what the likely response of a narcissist will be in certain situations. Does narcissism have a high threshold on the ignited fury or not? Is it a hair trigger that will result in a particular reaction? All of this is superb information which is necessary for you to increase your understanding. And thus, as I have done with many other famous and infamous narcissists, I've provided you with the classifications, and the same is with Jada Pinkett Smith. What do you think she might be? You've listened carefully to the material I've seen already. Many people have advanced their views. But what do you think? And more importantly, what is she? Well, you will be able to find out, so that you can understand what her cadre and her school is, and by reference to the relevant criteria, to enhance your understanding. You will now be able to scratch that itch to understand what she is. To do so, you can either become a member of this channel, which gives you access to restricted videos, such as the one that will tell you her school and cadre, amongst a wealth of other information that you will find there. The tertiary membership is merely a few pounds each month, and that will enable you to access these additional videos and a wealth of information that's contained with it. There are higher tiers of membership which you may be interested in, which give you additional benefits, which also include significant discounts on my services and products, which will reap your return, which will ensure that you obtain a return on your investment very promptly indeed. So, if you wish to become a member, you will access these additional videos, which will include understanding, for instance, the school and cadre of Vladimir Putin. It will enable you to access more information about the school and cadre of the Tinder swindler, and also information about what his victims were. It will, of course, enable you to understand the school and cadre of Jada Pinkett Smith. And it will enable you to access a raft of additional videos as they are created, giving you insight that not everybody is going to be able to know, so you will be ahead of the curve. If you don't want to become a member, you can instead purchase it as a one-off purchase from the Knowledge Vault, and you'll find a link in the video description. Either way, those are the routes to which you can access this material for a small fee, which of course rewards me for the industry and effort that I've put in, and of course you've received plenty of videos gratis as it stands. That's the way to access it. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.